El otoño es una temporada perfecta para un viaje escénico a través del estado de Nueva York, la naturaleza y el colorido de sus paisajes. Como habitantes de Nueva York, seguro el clima fresco del otoño ya representa para nosotros un gran alivio después del tremendo calor y de la humedad del verano urbano. El otoño en Nueva York es una excelente oportunidad para explorar la hermosa flora y fauna que se consigue justo a las afueras de la ciudad. Al salir del centro urbano, podemos ver cómo el horizonte se transforma en un paraíso de árboles de color amarillo y rojo. Para los amantes del patinaje sobre hielo, ya Rockefeller Center en Bryant Park abrió sus fabulosas pistas de patinaje sobre el hielo. Hola, bienvenidos en una entrega más de su programa Sin Guión. Esta semana celebramos la clausura del mes de la herencia hispana y seguimos con más temas. Le mandamos un cordial saludo a nuestros queridos hermanos bolivianos que están celebrando su desfile en Jackson Heights.
Bienvenidos a la Casa Blanca.
El presidente Obama habló en la recepción del aniversario 25 de la iniciativa de la Casa Blanca para la excelencia educativa de los hispanos.
Recognize the Cuban ambassador of the United States, Ambassador Jose Cabanas. And give it up for the Buena Vista Social Club. It's wonderful to have you here. I was explaining to them that when the documentary about the Buena Vista Social Club came out, I was told it was around 1998. I bought a CD. Now, for those of you who are too young to remember, it was this round thing. You had to slide it.
I remember records.
So we are thrilled to have them here. You know, for nearly 2 decades, this group has been a symbol of the strong bonds between the American and Cuban people, bonds of friendship and culture and, of course, music. So I just hope they enjoy their stay, and I hope that I look as good as they do in a few years. So today we're here not just to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, but also to celebrate the 25th anniversary of a powerful vehicle for progress, the White House Initiative on Educational Excellence for Hispanics. Here's how the initiative came about. Back in the late 1980s, it was already clear that Hispanics were on pace to become America's largest minority group. But at the time, opportunity for Latinos wasn't growing as quickly. Roughly half of Latino adults didn't have a high school diploma. Nearly 1 in 3 Hispanic students were dropping out of high school. And Latinos didn't have a voice in Washington to match their growing share of America. So one man, Raul Izagirre, set out to change that. Raul's right here. He's hiding in the corner. At the time, Raul was president of the National Council of La Raza, and he saw what was happening with our Latino youth. He believed that smarter federal policy could make a difference. So Raul went straight to the White House, asked for a federal commitment to make sure that the needs of Hispanics were being met. Initially, his plans were rebuffed. It didn't stop him. He just started working harder. Long before you could reach millions of people with a single tweet, Raul was using the phone. For those of you who don't remember, this was not like the thing you take this shaped like this. You had to dial. So Raul picked up the phone and he built a coalition. There you go. That's called a ring. So he built a coalition of Hispanic organizations and educational allies and individuals all across the country. They took out advertisements in newspapers, they rallied members of Congress, they stuffed thousands of envelopes in a letter-writing campaign, and it worked. In 1990, President George H.W. Bush signed an executive order establishing a commission to support the achievement of Hispanic children and to help them, I'm quoting here, take their rightful place at the American table of opportunity. And in the years since, presidents from both parties have renewed America's commitment to this initiative. We've seen the educational outcomes of Hispanic youth gain steam, along with the prospects of Latinos as a whole. So today, our country's high school graduation rate is at an all-time high, and it's powered in large part by dramatic gains among Hispanic students. The Hispanic high school dropout rate is down by more than 60% since the early 90s, since Raul was working. The portion of Hispanic children in preschool is up by about 50%. The percentage with a bachelor's degree has nearly doubled. Math and reading scores have improved dramatically over the last decade. And so this is truly an American story. It's the kind of progress that we need to celebrate. The story of hardworking people, strong advocacy, coming together, lifting up not only the fortunes of a people, but ultimately the entire country's fortunes. It's bending the arc of history be fair and more just. Now, obviously, we've still got more work to do. Hispanic students continue to lag behind most of their peers when it comes to graduating from high school, graduating from college. More than half of 3- and 4-year-old Latinos are not yet enrolled in early learning programs. And while 1 in 4 public school students are Hispanic, fewer than 1 in 12 of their teachers are. So we've got a lot of work that we still have to do to make sure that every child in this country gets a fair shot at a world-class education. We've got to make sure that dreamers like Diana don't have to live in fear that somehow this country that they love, the only country that they know, somehow will turn its back on them. And so these are the challenges that the White House Initiative has taken on during my administration. I want to recognize the work of our outstanding chair for the past 5 years, Dr. Eduardo Padron. And it's not as if he's not busy enough heading up one of the most important community colleges in the country. I want to thank all his fellow commissioners who've worked hard to ensure that our efforts are reaching Latino students. Last fall, under the leadership of Executive Director Alejandra Ceja, the initiative has been rallying even more support around the country to keep us moving forward. Today, by the way, I'm proud to announce more than 150 private and public sector commitments totaling more than $335 million on behalf of America's kids. So, just to give you a couple of examples, Boys and Girls Clubs of America is ramping up family engagement and STEM education. Univision and Opening Doors projects are reaching out to parents to help prepare children for school at the earliest age. So that's just an example of some of the great contributions that are being made. And that's what this is all about. Everybody doing their part to make sure the next generation does even better than we do. That's how we've always made this country great, not by building walls, but by tearing down barriers to opportunity. Not by trying to divide us, but by trying to build community. Not by telling people to go back where they came from, because this would be a really empty country if that's what happened. But by making sure everybody's got a rightful place at the table. So that's the story of America. The story of the hunger and the desire to make us live up to our expectations, the high expectations set forth in our founding documents. It's people like Raul who dedicate their lives to raising hopes of those who had been overlooked for too long. It's people like Cecilia Munoz, who's 25 years ago, Cecilia was stuffing envelopes for Raul's campaign to give more people a voice at the White House, and today she's helping to run the White House as one of my top senior advisors. So, and America's a generation of young people like Diana, who dream big and who hope deeply, and whose future, like America's, is not yet written, but is as bright as they are willing to make it. So that's always been our trajectory as Americans. Moving forward, build each other up, not tear each other down. We've come together to make this country more perfect for our kids and for those who come after us. That's our American heritage as well as our Hispanic heritage. That's what we celebrate this month. And thank you, all of you, for the great work you're doing on our behalf. All right? Thank you.
Este año, durante la ceremonia en la Casa Blanca, se disfrutó del alegre repertorio musical del famoso grupo cubano Buena Vista Social Club.
entonces me voy para Bacané, llego a Cueto, voy para Mayarí.
Sin lugar a duda, los residentes y turistas de la ciudad de Nueva York siempre encontrarán actividades divertidas para la familia y para todos los gustos. Por ejemplo, el Festival de Cine King Cinema Fest inicia el 23 de octubre y termina el 30 de octubre. King Cinema Fest es un festival de cine gratuito para toda la familia, creado para incrementar en los niños y los jóvenes un aprecio por el cine y la diversidad cultural.
She's not safe in this awful place.
Ugh, Granny. She's going to try and make us move to the city again.
At last! We found her!
Saoirse! Run! Those stories that Mum told me, they're all true. Are you really a Selkie? What's happening to you?
All of us are connected, and we'll all share in our fate.
I have to find her.
¡Vengan al maravilloso circo de...
En las peores vacaciones,
Eso estuvo horrible.
encontraron la aventura más grande.
Busco por el mundo quien pueda ayudarlo a recuperar su forma humana.
¿Se volvió de piedra porque era malo?
Se volvió de piedra porque se enojó con la vida.
Pero hay que ayudarlo.
Pues tendrán que viajar al lejano país de los sentidos.
Basado en el exitoso libro infantil
¿Parecen narices?
Pues qué problemilla tan apestosillo, raza.
con música original de Julieta Venegas.
Son puras orejas.
Este país está todavía más raro.
Este 2015,
¿Y ahora qué pasa? No veo. Tenemos que pasar por ahí.
¿hasta dónde irías?
¡Qué miedo!
¿Por salvar a un amigo?
¡Se va a romper!
La increíble historia del niño de piedra.
Inventa un juego y envíalo hoy mismo.
Iván, te ha llegado una carta.
Querido Iván, eres el gran ganador. Y este es el premio que llevarás por el resto de tu vida.
Quiero que te borres ese tatuaje inmediatamente.
¡Lo gané! ¡Soy un inventor de juegos!
No sabes qué representa ese símbolo.
Usted es huérfano
Bienvenido a Pozo.
Pero esta escuela se está hundiendo.
La señorita Bloom será su celadora.
También vivo aquí, tras las paredes.
¿De dónde sacaste ese tatuaje tan falso? ¿Merodian te lo dio?
Con el tiempo comprenderás que la vida es el juego más brutal de todos.
Debo averiguar sobre mis padres.
Solo se necesita un gran juego que pueda cambiarlo todo.
Búscame en mi teatro. Volverme invisible es mi especialidad.
Voy a encontrar cómo escapar.
¡Envíen todos los ejecutores al parque ya! ¿Crees que puedes vencerme?
Mi vida no es un juego.
Es un corto trayecto de su colonia hasta su bosque local. Encuentre actividades como pasear en bote y en bicicleta o ir a acampar y de excursión, además de mucho más. Para encontrar un parque o zona verde cerca de usted, visite descubreelbosque.org.
Todos debemos trabajar para erradicar la violencia doméstica y fortalecer la familia. El premio Standard, que reconoce el trabajo de concientización y lucha contra la violencia doméstica, este año otorgó reconocimientos al secretario general de las Naciones Unidas, Ban Ki-moon, y su esposa Ban Sun-taek, la cónsul general de México, la embajadora Sandra Fuentes Breán, Univisión y el diario La Prensa.
La violencia doméstica no distingue fronteras, nos afecta a todos.
En 2014, la policía de la ciudad de Nueva York atendió diariamente un promedio de 770 denuncias de violencia doméstica.
Tu participación es la mejor herramienta que tenemos para poner fin al abuso doméstico.
Queremos que todos los neoyorquinos se hagan la misma pregunta.
¿Qué podemos hacer para ayudar?
No seas un espectador pasivo de la violencia doméstica en nuestra ciudad.
Todos necesitamos actuar para prevenirla.
Porque juntos podemos hacer algo para lograrlo.
Yo actúo. Si mi vecino es víctima de violencia doméstica, es también mi problema.
Quien actúa contra violencia doméstica hace una diferencia.
Habla con tus familiares y amigos
sobre cómo merecen ser tratados.
Cada hombre, cada mujer y cada niño merecen un hogar libre de violencia e intimidación.
Abre los ojos.
Ayuda.
Haz la diferencia.
El 19 de octubre se ha dedicado a la concientización del cáncer de mama.
Soy padre.
Soy hijo. Soy amiga.
Soy novio.
1 de cada 8 mujeres padece cáncer de mamas.
El mejor tratamiento es la detección precoz.
Soy paciente.
Soy hijo.
Soy hermana.
Soy amigo.
Soy nieta.
Tu vida está en tus manos.
Que no se nos olvide. Autoexaminate.
Soy paciente.
Por fin, esta semana se puede sumar a la campaña contra el cáncer de mama. Participe en la marcha de Macon Street saliendo de Central Park este domingo 18 de octubre al este de la calle 72 y Quinta Avenida y ayude a reunir fondos para combatir esta enfermedad. Felicitamos al equipo de los Mets y a sus fans. Los jugadores de los Mets de Nueva York y sus fans están hoy de celebración. Ellos festejan la victoria 3-2 sobre los Dodgers de Los Ángeles en el quinto y definitivo juego de la serie de los playoffs de la Liga Nacional.
Meet the Mets, meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life because the Mets.
Gracias por acompañarnos en este episodio de Sin Guión.